Warning: this story contains graphic content and may not be suitable for all audiences. The house on the hill had been abandoned for years. The locals whispered stories of strange noises and flickering lights, but most tried to avoid the place altogether. That was until a group of teenagers decided it would be fun to break in and have a party. Lena, Tyler, Rachel, and Jack had snuck out of their parents' houses after dark and hiked up the hill to the imposing structure. They brought alcohol and snacks, giggling as they picked the lock and crept inside. The first thing they noticed was how cold it was. Lena shivered, pulling her jacket tighter around her as the others set up speakers and started dancing. It wasn't long before they were all feeling the effects of the booze, laughing and forgetting about everything outside of the stone walls. There was a door at the far end, and the hand dragged Lena towards it. She struggled, but it was like trying to fight against steel. Rachel tried to help, grabbing Lena's other hand, but the hand on her arm tightened until she thought it would break. They reached the door, and it creaked open with a loud groan. The room beyond was pitch black, and the hand released Lena's arm. She stumbled forward, the others still clinging to her. Something moved in the darkness, and Lena froze. It sounded wet, like someone chewing on raw meat. A rasping breath echoed through the room, making it hard to focus on anything else. But as the night wore on, things started to feel off. Tyler went to use the bathroom and came back wide-eyed, claiming he heard whispers from behind the door. Rachel thought she saw a shadow move across the ceiling, and Jack swore he felt someone breathing down his neck. Lena tried to convince them it was just the alcohol playing tricks on them, but even she couldn't shake the unease that had settled in the pit of her stomach. As the group huddled together on one of the old couches, the floorboards creaked above them. "Guys, we need to leave," she said, her voice shaking. "Relax, Lena," Jack teased. "It's just an old house. What's the worst that could happen?" But she knew better. The whispers grew louder, and the temperature dropped even further. A lamp flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Suddenly, the door slammed shut. All four of them jumped, and Lena screamed. The lock clicked into place, trapping them inside. And then, a figure stepped forward. Lena screamed again, backing away from the thing that stood before them. It was tall and lanky, with skin pulled tight over bone. Its eyes were hollow sockets, and its fingers ended in razor-sharp claws. The creature lunged at Lena, its mouth wide open. She felt the hot breath on her face as she stumbled backwards, but the others had already turned and fled down the hallway. Lena tried to follow, tripping over her own feet and scrambling to get back up. But the creature was too fast, and it caught her by the ankle, dragging her backwards into the darkness. She felt its claws dig into her flesh, heard the sound of bones snapping as it tore into her body. Lena screamed and screamed, until the only thing left was darkness. "Okay, I'm officially freaked out," Rachel said, her hands shaking. "Someone's messing with us," Tyler said, standing up and trying the door. "We'll just wait until they get bored and let us out." But the longer they sat there, the more convinced Lena became that they were not alone. She could hear footsteps in the hallway, and doors creaking open and shut. And then, something brushed against her arm. She looked down to see a hand, pale and cold, resting on her skin. Lena shrieked, pushing herself away from the couch and tripping over her own feet. The others jumped up too, but the hand was still attached to her, pulling her towards the staircase. "Let go of me," she screamed, but the grip was too strong. Lena stumbled up the stairs, the others following closely behind. They reached the top and found themselves in a long hallway, dimly lit by flickering candles.